My other video was just putting on the lip. So far, I love how it looks, but that's not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is how much did it really cost me to wrap my entire car. I noticed a lot of people was asking me how much did it cost me to wrap my entire car. I still haven't wrapped the rear bumper. I have the wrap for it, so that's already my expenses that I already paid for. So guys, so how I ended up buying my wrap is that I ended up buying it in proportions. I didn't buy it all as a single piece. Everyone's like telling me you use 5x30, 5x35, 5x40. To be honest with you guys, I went like 5x10, 5x5 until I pretty much got the entire car done, because I didn't even have all the money at that one time to wrap the entire car. So I did like every check I got, I spent like half of it on my car, which was around, I think it was like 5x10 was about $100. And every time I got 5x10, I did like one side of the car, other side of the car, and then the hood, the roof, the trunk, front bumper, side fenders. I believe those are also separate because the doors, I had to get it wrapped around. I would not use one ginormous piece to put on the side of the car, because then how are you going to tuck it behind the doors to make sure it's going to be safe? How are you going to tuck it underneath the trim to make sure it doesn't come out when you're washing the car? In theory, an estimate to how much I really paid for this, it would be somewhere in the range of I'll probably say $800 to $900 to wrap the car. Now this is doing it myself. This is just for the material. People are saying that why'd you buy Avery? You could have used other cheaper brands like Vivid and whatnot. Now, Vivid's a pretty good brand, but I've honestly bought the wrap before and I didn't like how it stretched. I didn't like how it felt. With Avery, you don't need any water first off. So this is one of the few wraps that don't need water. It has holes within the wrap that you can't physically see, but these holes allow you to pop out bubbles or whatever that are in the middle of the wrap, so you don't have to keep peeling it off, putting it back on, because the more you peel and the more you put back on, causes more damage to the wrap and causes it to stick less, because every time you peel something like tape, every time you peel it up and put it back on, it doesn't stick the same as it did the first time. The magic is just gone at that point. So yeah, in theory, I spent around $800 to $900 to wrap the entire car. Was it worth it? Yes. Do I love the color? That's a whole nother question. Now, I wrapped this color in this theme, so it's mainly for my YouTube channel. You know, I want to set myself apart. I'm basically, trying to have a brand for myself, trying to, like, when I drive around, I want people to know who I am. Now, is this my favorite color? No. This is not like people's like, wow, your taste is interesting. This is kind of a flashy teen wrap that I enjoy at this age. Eventually, when I get my wide body kit, when I slap that on there, probably in a year or something like that, because wide body kit is another $1,500. I can't get that for a while with the current situation I am with my 2 cars and school. So when I get my wide body kit, I'm probably going to end up painting the car, getting the car painted a dark gray color, like this elegant dark gray color that I really loved. Keeping the roof black. I'm probably actually going to keep that wrap because I like the roof. And just get the whole car dark gray with the wide body, because it's just an elegant color with the interior is also, brown. It's a nice classy mix. So that's the future plans for this car when it comes to, like, if I ever going to change the wrap. But for now, for the next, the couple years, this is how, well, maybe the next, I don't know guys, it's honestly maybe a year or two, maybe until I finish college, this is going to be the wrap. I love it, don't get me wrong, but is it me? Not 100%. It's mainly for, the name, trying to, distinguish yourself when you're in a crowd and people can actually, ask you questions, and I'll be like, yeah, I did this myself. This is a wrap. This is not painted, because if you paint, I think there's this guy on Elk Grove, which is where I currently live. Many of you guys already know this because of, videos I've taken in the park. There's this guy that lives around my area. He was in Smurfs WRX's channel. He has a GTR. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's color shifting GTR, and the GTR was actually painted in this color shifting paint, and it cost him around $50,000, I believe. Now that's an absurd amount of money for someone. I mean, even in a GTR, the GTR, you can probably get a used GTR nowadays for 60 grand. So imagine just the paint job is 50 grand. But to be honest with you guys, I've seen it in person. It's insane. It's just, it's nothing comes close to matching the brightness and the texture and, the contrast that it gives. So wrapping the car is an alternative. I did it myself, so what's $800 to $900? Now, if you take it to a shop, this kind of a color is going to cost you a whole lot more than just a solid color. Solid color would roughly be around $2,500 to $3,500 to wrap from a shop. Now this is probably like a cheaper end shop, not like the one all the YouTubers have been going to. Now if you take it to like, you know, I'm not going to say any names, but some like well-known companies, around with this wrap, you're probably looking around $5,000 to $6,000 to wrap your entire car. Now, if you ask me, is it worth wrapping your car $5,000 to $6,000? Why not? I mean, the thing is, if you're going to keep it for 4 to 5 years, I would do it in a color like how I did it, something that, you know, is different. Because what wrap was mainly for is meant to protect your paint. It's you know, when it first was made, it was meant to protect your paint. But now people started making colors and cool designs, so we use it also as a you know, a style. So that, again, guys, that price is the price that I have for myself. That is with a little bit of wiggle room to mistakes. I did end up wasting about $100, probably like $150. But actually, to be honest with you guys, probably even like $200 worth of wrap that I probably messed up on. So we're saying like $900 with $200 worth of mistakes. So, but I mean, I'm assuming that if you guys are gonna be doing this your first time, you guys are gonna end up making the same mistakes I have, unless you watch my videos and learn from my mistakes and then attempted it for you guys, you know, yourselves. Then you probably could even, you know, wrap your car in this color for $700. Now you can even wrap it in a solid color for around $400 to $500. Now it is very, very, you know, it's a reasonable price to wrap your car. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with all that. Pretty much already told you the price. I told you how, you know, what color I would have chose if I wanted it, which would have been dark gray, a classy gray. I pretty much showed you guys everything about price-wise and what it's used for. It's really meant to protect your paint. So if you have a nice colored car and you want to protect the paint for, you know, in the future, then wrap is a really, really good way to go. Would I prefer wrap over paint? Probably not, to be 100% honest. But the thing is, when you paint a car, it loses value. When you wrap a car, it doesn't lose the value. When you sell it to someone, actually, you could even gain value. As long as you take pictures of how the car looked and how the car looked after you wrapped it within a, you know, a reasonable time frame, so they understand that it hasn't been involved in an accident, you haven't put on some cheap parts to wrap it, so that kind of stuff. So I'm actually going to put a poll up here if I end this video, whether you'd rather have your car painted or wrapped, because I'm actually super curious. Let me know in the comments what kind of color or wrap you would do to your car, and let me know in the poll whether you would wrap it or paint it. So if you guys did enjoy the video, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
She got me saying, yalla habibi, I need you to see me. Quick with the front and then put your guard down, girl, we know you ain't easy.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi. Các bạn hãy bấm like, comment và hãy bấm nút đăng ký để ủng hộ cho kênh mình nha.